Hey everybody, it is Romania Black, and we're back for episode 2 of Arcane. And my brother is waiting in the wings because he doesn't want to be seen, but he's here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, last episode was really good. I think it was a really good first episode, getting us introduced to old Vi and Powder and Vander and Echo and our mysterious Ratatouille judge, our food critic that is trying to kill his own cat and has some Bane juice that he's given the mice. Nothing suspicious here. Nothing of suspect. So, yeah, we're going to start episode 2, which is Some Mysteries Are Best Left Unsolved. Some things are better left unsaid. Some mysteries are better left unsolved. Interesting. My brother, you can't see his face, but he's like, like, no spoilers. So, yeah. So, we're going to get into episode 2. As per usual, I hope you all enjoy the reaction. Feel free to comment down below. Please, no spoilers. I'm going in this blind. He's already watched this series. He plays League of Legends. He knows all the stuff that it's about. I have no clue. So, should be interesting going in, right? So, yeah, we're going to watch this episode here and see what happens. So, let's not waste any more time. I'm pretty excited to dive into episode 2. Technically, there's 3 arcs in this. So, we have 3 episodes in the first chunk, 3 in the second act, 3 in the third. So, this is halfway through the first act. So, we've got our characters set up. We got some stuff, some conflict brewing. Let's see what ends up happening with them. And we're going to start this here in 3, 2, 1, and let's find out. This is all set up. This is all set up. I really like this episode. I really like this episode. Okay. All right. So there's stuff to go back through here on this. Oh, Jayce! Oh, Jayce! I love it. I love our boy Jayce. Our sweet mid-20s ambitious Jayce. All right, so let's go back through this. There are some things. Okay, so yeah. So Jayce and his mom out there in the tundra, which I'm assuming is far from Piltover and where they are now. And they just basically got teleported by this mage there. And the mage used the stone. The blue stone that seems to have the similar power of the little orbs, right? Okay, all right. So because so far, I'm just going by what the show has given us so far. It's going to explain Arcane, I'm sure, right?
Well,
to an extent.
It's magic.
Yeah, it's magic. So the idea is
no really explaining other than magic.
It's magic. So basically they're implying that some people are born with it and no one else is.
Some people are born with the ability to wield magic, but as they stated, those people became somewhat corrupt with that power.
Right, so there's not very many of them at all.
There are kingdoms in League of Legends, in Runeterra, where they're at, that actively hate mages.
Oh, okay, so magic is not something...
They pretty much have witch trials.
So it's like Salem. It's not fondly looked on at all.
In some parts, it's okay.
Yeah.
But if you were to go to a place there called Demacia and you were a mage, you'd be immediately thrown into a prison.
Oh,
basically a work camp as well.
Okay. So Jayce is trying to imply that scientifically they can artificially create the magic that is Arcane.
Well, they could focus it. They could control it.
They could control it, right.
That guy, he's not using anything other than his own ability.
The guy in the tundra, he's just using... But he has the stone, right? Is that like a way to channel it?
It's a form of channeling.
Okay. Yeah. And because he has all the... Because in the scene, I'm going back to this episode... And the scene, because, Jason's mom out in the tundra, he just has the staff, but there's all the magic and stuff around him.
Yeah.
And he's just using the staff and the stone to focus it and to control it, essentially. But it's his magic, right?
Yes, what Jayce is trying to do is take the magic that's in the orbs and devise a scientific equipment to harness it.
To harness it and use it, right. And be able to control it.
Yeah, the same way that guy was able to do it.
Right. Okay, I love that. I love just like the teleportation represented that he has the world in his hand and he just like picks the spot to go to and then poof, they're there. The animation in this episode's really good. Like I like this shot here with the little butterfly on the flower. It's gorgeous. There's so many cool things they do with shadows and color in this. Like the visual storytelling is so good. So yeah. And then Viktor. I like Viktor too. I like Viktor. He's interesting. As soon as that trial happened and Viktor was like, it was like, you have my curiosity. Now you have my attention. Like, oh, what's this? Because he's from the Undercity, so he's kind of worked his way up to the position that he's in. Right? And so the idea of harnessing magic is something like, it's equal. Anybody can do it, essentially. Which for him, because like he says he's crippled and everything, for him, the idea that he could use magic equally like someone else would be very appealing.
There's also the fact that since magic is a force of nature, like Heimerdinger said, it could potentially heal him.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, so if he can harness it, he could get his movement back. Oh.
Well, he could get movement.
He could be fully able-bodied, basically. Yeah, no, that I hadn't even thought about that angle of it. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, Heimerdinger! He reminded me of, I was trying to think of, not Aurelius, but, is Arcturus? Or, he's the character in Labyrinth that is like the little puppet and he rides on the English sheepdog. That's who he reminds me of. I kept thinking he was from the character from Labyrinth that he was based off of. And he even has the accent. I'm like, he's exactly based off of that.
He is a Yordle.
Oh, so he's a Yordle too. Okay. And so they can live for long periods of time.
As he stated, he's 307, and he saw a war that was created due to magic. Yeah,
we get the visuals of that he's like, no, you don't understand. I've seen what this stuff can do. Let's just leave it out. Let's just not mess with it, and then we won't have that problem. Right? And he's a professor there at the academy at Piltover.
He's the dean.
Oh, he's the dean. Okay, because they said Professor Heimerdinger, but he's the dean of it. That makes sense. He's so cute! I love the expressions on him. He's like, no. And of course, he tells Jayce to do one thing. And what does Jayce do? Not the one thing.
Well, as Viktor mentioned when he said he wrote his name on all his note pages, he's egotistical. When he's told that, oh, so you're a failure, you never accomplished anything, and you've basically been wasting your sponsor's time, he's going to...
It's the Michael Jordan meme where he's like, and I took that personally. Right? And I took that personally. No, but yeah, I like that he has this relationship with Heimerdinger. I like that Heimerdinger's like, you're a kid, shut up, you don't know any different. And he's like, no, I got an idea. And he's like, I have the dream.
Well, the thing is, if he'd been quiet, he could have restarted the research.
That's the thing too. He let
his emotions take control. While Heimerdinger is trying to use logic and reasoning.
Yeah, because honestly, Mel, we'll talk about Mel, but she kind of had the one guy in the palm of her hand because she gave him the trinket, so he was going to vote for whatever she wanted to vote, and the one guy sucks up to him too, so he was probably going to vote whatever he voted. So if he had just played his cards right and didn't speak up, he probably would have gotten off the hook, but that's not going to happen with Jayce.
Well... They were giving him the lighter punishment. The other guys would have banished him.
Yeah, he actually, in the end of it, got off pretty scot-free, just getting expelled from the academy. Like, that's for all things considered.
If he could... if he just hired, like, Echo and them to steal the equipment he needed...
Oh!
He could have restarted the research again.
Yeah! That is true. Although he doesn't know Echo and them yet at this point.
Well, he knew the shop. That's where he was getting all the stuff from. They conned him out by charging him double.
That's what it was. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he went to. Is it Bento's or was it? Benzo's. He went to Benzo's. That's right. I forgot about that in the last episode. Yeah. So he would have gone back. So he could have just got Echo and them to help him get.
He could have looked for people who were willing to steal.
That would have worked out. Yeah, he could have done that. Dang. Yeah, the what ifs. That would have worked out a lot better, wouldn't it have? I really like the underground, like the little training in the arcade thing. And I like what they do here with Powder. They show that even though she's a little kid, and even though she gets unlucky, that she's still, like, very capable. Like, she does all the shots and everything, and does, like, all the headshots and stuff. Like, she's very capable.
I like how they show Milo just missing while he's doing the kill shot.
Yeah!
The sideways wannabe gangsta gunshot.
I know, and then she's just like, just hold my stuff. That one character with the fiery hair, it looked like it was from Borderlands. It looked like a Borderlands character for a second. I was like, what is that? But yeah, oh no, I love this. And they're all just, I get the impression from Powder, because she just flits from one thing to the next, that she's kind of, maybe not necessarily a prodigy, but she's really smart, and she easily gets, if it's not something she can tinker with, she just wants to move on to the next thing, right? She gets bored with something, and she's like, okay, I mastered it, time to go on, right? Because she moves on to that arcade game next. Okay. And then, the enforcer's coming in, and old Echo can't keep his mouth shut. He just had to tell him. Okay, so we get some exposition with this girl Mel and Alora and her council there, and so we find out that Jayce's family are tool makers, and they got their claim to fame by making a collapsible pocket wrench, and nothing crazy. But she says that since Heimerdinger favors him, she's like, oh, he must be somewhat important because this Dean is favoring him.
And she chooses the child's toy.
Yeah, she's interesting, Mel. She's so pretty. I love like all the jewelry and everything. Like she's so pretty. But yeah, interesting. Is she the queen?
There's no queen.
There's no queen. She's
There's
like
just the council.
But she's the head of the council.
She's a councilwoman.
Okay, so she's a councilwoman there. Gotcha.
Basically, it's anybody who's got their hands in like, I own this, I own that. The guy who she gave the toy to, he's pretty much in charge of like exports. Okay,
so it's all just council members on there and everything. Yeah, she's just one of the upper echelon.
One of them in charge of something.
Okay, and then we get Caitlin's family. And they're the ones that had the house and everything. I like Caitlin's family. I like. Do you see their crest up there? It's keys, like their keyblades are the family crest, right? And then there's her family, the Kiraman. Yeah, and there's her mom and her dad. And they're, old Caitlin. I like Caitlin. She's sweet. I like her. She's a good character. I like her. Her and Jayce have an interesting dynamic. She's like the posh girl that's friends with the poor inventor. All right. And I love that we cut from them. Like, I love the cut between Piltover and Zahn where we have like all the posh people and like, oh, our money and our Victorian world problems. And then you come down here where they're like, we're trying to survive in the underworld, so our problems might actually be real. And poor Vander, I felt really bad for him in this episode because he's the charade is about to fall down because he's trying to keep it up, but it's just, I mean, Echo's told everybody about it now, but
well, he told them.
Yeah, he told them, but like the people here, they're like on the breaking point. They're starting to be like, why aren't you fighting? Like there has to be, they don't know about the deal. But I feel bad for Vander because he's trying to save them all and do the right thing and keep the peace, and it's just everybody's getting restless.
Well, after she said that, and then an enforcer walks in his bar sets the alcohol on fire, hits it across the table, and he just stands there looking at it.
And he doesn't do anything, and so everybody's like, it's just proving her point. She says he's weak, and because he didn't do anything, which they don't know that he has that deal to keep them safe, so...
Which would make him look even more weak.
Yeah, so it's like Vander's just trying to do the right thing, and it's just getting tested. Oh, Echo. I love the visual expressionism on Echo. Like, in that one moment, like, he doesn't say anything, but his eyes are so telling. I love how they animate him. It looks so good. And then, I get major death flags for Marco. I mean, I don't want any spoilers, but Marco has death flags. He's just so arrogant. I'm like, dude. And then this blonde guy that is like, tries to give the one councilman the nuts that he's allergic to, the counselor. But yeah, the guy that's jealous of Mel.
Is built for the sharpest of minds.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's a children's toy!
She gave him an easy-to-solve thing.
And said it was for the sharpest of minds
to butter him up.
To butter him up, yep. That's clever.
That's why she was looking through all the things, trying to find what was the most difficult.
The simple thing that she could use to get... that makes a lot of sense. I like that. I love...
It kind of tells her character that she's able to... She knows what to use to manipulate.
Yes, that's the thing. Like, she comes across as being this really like ethereal, pretty woman that's like in charge. But yeah, that the fact that she manipulated him so easily, it's like, oh, she knows how to play the game. Interesting. I hadn't thought of it that way. That's cool. I love this chamber, this like trial scene. The way they set this up visually, where everyone is shrouded in darkness and they're all in, and like this light slowly recedes on Jayce and all the windows shut. I love that everyone slowly gets put into darkness one by one. The lighting is so freaking cool. And then there's just the one light on him as he confesses. And then as they vote, because that would be terrifying. Like if nobody voted for him, it would just still all be in darkness. And he'd be like, well, I'm screwed. But yeah, no, I love that the light comes down as they vote. I love it. And I love her, like it's the play on the Victorian collar, like the Elizabethan age collar, only it's like mechanical and it's like a gear.
Well, they're also the city of inventors.
So it makes
machines.
sense. The machines, the cogs and everything. Yeah, that's so cool. And then there's, that guy that looks like an alien. Because he said his race was almost defeated, was destroyed by magic. So we're tying back to this.
So you also have some prejudice against magic on a council.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the council's very much like, let's not do this. But yeah, and then...
Well, you have two old beings who have... That'd be like having, on a war committee, deciding if you use nuclear weapons, people who have seen the devastation of those weapons.
Yeah, so they can speak to the experience of it and be like, no, this is a very bad idea. I love the transition where we see Heimerdinger talking about, it's like the mage up in the air, and then there's it looks like it looks like a Goya painting where it's just all of them like looking in fear of that magic, and he's like, yeah, it's easily corruptible and can easily cause a lot of destruction and devastation. So then naturally we should cut to the people that are going to use that magic for destruction and devastation, right? Our Ratatouille food critic here and Marco. See, I thought Marcus. I thought when he showed up, that Marcus was the volunteer. I thought Marcus was the guy that was going to drink the stuff, but no. And he may end up becoming that, but Huckleberry is like, but that's not what ends up happening. And then Zemina. So yeah, interesting. This whole thing with our Bad Eye Man and Deckard, the conversation, and then we see like the Kraken. And saying, I like the idea that they're talking about like the evil that lurks beneath the surface. They're like, people don't understand what's down here. They just see the gloss. They don't realize all the corruption that's underneath. It's kind of like Piltover and Zahn, like a metaphor for that, maybe.
But also humans.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're monsters. I love this conversation. The idea of the monsters. There's a monster inside all of us. I'm like, did Deckard not realize he was going to use him? I'm like, did you not see this coming? It's pretty obvious. And then the knife. So the important secret that I learned when I was about your age. I love he just taps the nose. Real power doesn't come to those who are born strongest. Yeah, I was going to say, does born strongest, fastest, or smartest? No. It comes to those who will do anything to achieve it. We were just talking about this, about Attack on Titan. All I could think of in Attack on Titan. Spoilers! Skip the next 30 seconds. Skip the next 30 seconds for Attack on Titan spoilers. I've got the clock running. Skip 30 seconds. All I could think of in season 4 was talking about Eren, because Eren in Attack on Titan is not the fastest, the strongest, or the smartest, but he has the will that he wants to achieve anything, and that's tying to where I am right now in Attack on Titan. It's like, okay, yep, nope, that's quite a speech for the antagonist, right? Okay, and now we're back, we're off of no more Attack on Titan spoilers.
Well, what he's also saying is that even if you were strong, fast, or smart, if you don't have the will to do everything it takes to accomplish that goal, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, no, if you don't have the initiative and the drive, then it's kind of like there's another series that I watched, and they were talking about, in that series, there's a line from it, it's a sports anime, but in the line that they said, are you going to work hard to achieve what you have, or are you going to be spoiled by talent? And I love that, because if you are a natural prodigy or whatever and you don't cultivate it, then you can just be complacent and not grow or develop as a person, right? But in this case, he's like, no, if you put in the effort and the hard work
and take the risks,
then you're gonna. If you're willing to make the sacrifice, then it's gonna pay off. Yeah. Oh my gosh, crazy.
And that's when he hands them the vial, knowing that what they've been making is basically super steroids.
Yeah, it's Bane juice. It's Bane juice. And if that creepy guy nodded at me, I'd be like, I'm out. It's been real. But this creepy old curmudgeon over here is nodding at me. It's not a good sign. I'm not about it.
Well, he's also a character you can play as in League.
Really?
Singe.
That's cool. So he is actually a playable character, the creepy scientist man?
Yes, he uses chemicals like... He can throw down an adhesive trap. And he also has one where he uses a potion, gets really fast and strong.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense. He's tied in here. Gotcha. Okay, now is the man with the bad eye, is he a character in it? Or no, he's original. Cool. Yeah. So we have the enforcers coming down to Zon. We have wherever these guys are in Zon about to unleash Deckard. And we have the 4 kids on the run. Vander's getting fed up. This will surely not fester and blow over in the next episode at all. I wish you all could see his face. His face, he's like, I don't know. Okay, we're at the scene with Caitlin talking to Jayce. I love Caitlin's umbrella. That big red umbrella. It like stands out against... The colors red and green are so prevalent in this series so far. I'm watching Moriarty the Patriot too at the same time. And in Moriarty the Patriot, I know you've not seen that series, but red and green is like everywhere. It's like such a big color symbolism. But yeah, poor Caitlin. We don't get to... I'm sure we'll find out, but Caitlin seems like she's 14 or 15. She seems pretty young. Does not seem that old. She seems about Vi's age. Maybe about that time. Yeah. Poor Jayce. And then, yeah, all his friends are leaving him. He's kicked out of the academy. But I'm like, I didn't think it was enough for him to try to jump off the building. I was like, dude, no. Your world's not over.
Well, he can't really persist in his stuff.
I know. I just was like, dude, no.
Then you got them trying to explain why their elite soldiers can't catch 4 children.
Yeah, so we cut back to Grayson and Marcus to the council talking about it, and yeah, the whole idea that they're... And the thing of it is, Grayson's kind of in the same boat as Vander. She's still trying to keep her into the deal.
And they don't know about the deal. She's kept that hidden from the council.
Yeah, the council in this, because I wondered about that, but it's clear they don't know what's going on. So she's still trying to keep everything a secret. And it's all coming to a head, and she's doing her best. I love this song that they play, the Our Love. The song here at the end, I love it. And I love that when the record comes down, it's the 2 girls, which is kind of like Vi and Powder representing that. And then juxtaposing that really sweet song with everything going down. So yeah, now Marcus doesn't know about the deal either, right?
No, they've kept that hidden from everyone.
Yeah, it's literally just Vander and Grayson up until Echo found out. And the guy for Benzo's. Yeah, Benzo knew about it, and those 2, and then Echo found out and squealed. Oh my gosh. So yeah, there's that.
They got the hidden wind-up monkey.
Yeah, the wind-up monkey. I love it. I love that scene. And then yeah, Marcus is just... I would say... Marcus is one of the characters I like the least in this so far because he's so arrogant, and it's like, dude, take a chill pill. Like, taking his pipe and putting in the liquor, uncalled for.
And then he calls them out saying, we know all those crimes.
Yeah.
And that makes them wonder why they didn't try to come and arrest them.
That's true, yeah. He says they know about all of them, but then they haven't done anything. Interesting. And then, yeah, they all look at Vander. Poor Vander. I feel sorry for Vander. I'm like, dude, he's just trying to do the right thing. So yeah, I love this bridge scene too with him and Vi. Like the body language of it, where they start out on opposite ends of the bridge, and then he comes over to her side to comfort her. And I love that it's really like sad and morbid, but you see like all the different memorials where there's all the little lanterns and the mosaic and the lights and candles to like the people that were lost on the bridge from the other side. But yeah, his point is really important here. He's like, yeah, you want to fight. And he's like, I know what that's like because I've been there. He's like, and I love that line, nobody wins in war. He's like, it's basically like a mirror of what the guy told Deckard. He's like, you can do anything if you're willing to sacrifice for it. And Vander's saying kind of the response to that, okay, yeah, you can sacrifice for it, but is it going to be worth it? Like, what you're sacrificing, is that worth it to get your goal? So he's like, okay, Vi, you can fight these guys and fight the enforcers, but are you willing to risk Milo and Clagger and Powder's life to do it? I really like that kind of, they mirror each other, those conversations. And then, yeah, he says he doesn't know. Like, Vander's like, I don't know what to do, and I felt so bad for him. I'm like, dude. He's like, I'll figure it out. I'm like, ugh. He's such a dad figure. I love it. I love Vander's character so much. And yeah. And then old Jayce. Jayce about to jump, and he took the wristlet and everything off. And then, thank goodness he has a stalker. Thank goodness Viktor can stalk him. Oh, I love this. I love that Victor's like, yep, got your notes, you egotistical maniac. I love his accent, too. Victor's accent's great.
Like a Russian Sheldon Cooper.
Yeah, kind of. It reminded me of Yurio from Yuri on Ice, like that English dub where it's the Russian accent. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I already ship them, by the way.
Most of the fans.
Do they? I was like, as soon as this scene happened, I was like, please tell me that Viktor and Jayce are a thing. Please tell me that this is in the fandom, because it was like instant. I was like, yeah, Caitlin, you're like the cute little sister to Jayce. That's really sweet. La la la, you have a great relationship. No, this is like instant chemistry. I was like, nope, it's perfect. It's perfect. Two guys that they just want to prove themselves to the world and make their dreams come true. Yeah. Yeah, I'm all about this. This is a ship I can get behind.
They're both also characters in the game.
Are they? Jayce and Viktor are?
Yeah.
Okay, now, obviously no spoilers, but I'm going to guess, I'm going to put a theory out here, that Jayce, there's the thing with the hammer, and I was like, okay, is it going to be like a Warhammer thing, where he like is able to channel the little orb and stuff inside the hammer, because that'd be pretty badass. That'd be pretty badass.
Wait until episode 8.
You're like, this is the only spoiler you get. You just gotta wait. Yeah, I'm calling it now. Warhammer Jayce. I'm here for it. I love that he gets the little wristlet, though. I love it. Yeah, I'm all about this. And it's Viktor. And of course his name is Viktor, because he said... Now, the question is that his actual name, or does he make that up?
That's his actual name.
Okay, for himself. Because when he said, he's like, I came from underground and worked my way up, I was like, well, Viktor would be a perfect name for you, because it's like saying, I'm going to be the champion of my own destiny, manifest destiny.
That's who he is.
You're like, no, that's his legal birth name. And then we cut from Jayce getting a sign of hope and with Viktor to vibing like, what we gonna do? And then, yeah, everything comes crashing down.
Because now they're getting ready to fight. And it goes back to what Vander said in the last one. You say swim, they dive in.
Yeah, she's the leader.
You say fire, they'll bring oil.
Mm-hmm.
She's wanted to start a fight with the enforcers, and now she knows she could lose powder in it, and now she has to see that she drove those guys to want to fight with her. Yeah,
so she's having to face the consequences of her action. Like, she's led him this far, and now she's realizing what that means. And I love Powder's like this little murder child. She's like, look, I made these bombs. Like, oh God.
2 smoke bombs and 2 bombs full of nails. Rusty nails from a trash city. Most likely going to give everybody who gets hit tetanus. The fact that it's also a frag grenade is going to hit Clagger and Milo probably too.
Yeah, there's going to be like some ricochet there. Yeah. I just was like, oh, Powder, you murder child. Like, she's so excited by it. I'm like, oh. And Vi's like, oh God, what have I created, right? You've made a monster. And then, yeah, everything coming together. I love, like, the little tender moment with the rabbit, the toy rabbit, and Vander with Powder. So Vander's with Powder in this moment, her and a rabbit. And at Benzo's, Vi is over there, right? Is that what it's setting up? That Vi is at Benzo's?
They were walking. She was near there, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Oh, man. And that rabbit's, like, representing, like, innocence and is about to get
Well,
ripped apart.
they were walking by Benzos, doesn't mean they were there.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, Vi. Oh, damn. I really like this episode, but it's such a setup. It's such a setup. And next episode is the end of Act 1. Oh, no. Okay. All right, so big takeaways. Big takeaways. Big battle shaping up. Things are restless in Zon. Jayce and Viktor may be a ship of the ages. Who knows? I like Caitlin. I like her character. I like Heimerdinger. He's great.
Heimerdinger and Caitlin are characters too.
Oh, are they? Cool. Nice. Mel is sus. She's really pretty, but it's kind of manipulative, like you said. It's a little tricky. Like she's like, I don't want to be spoiled on what happens with her, but she's very tricky.
She's a politician and she knows it.
Okay, yeah.
She knows the game.
She knows the game. She knows the rules and knows how to play the game. But okay, that makes a lot more sense now. The setup with Arcane, the whole idea of how magic works in this world, the setup with the Bane juice, it's like Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. It's all coming together.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Awesome. Well, this was really good. I liked this episode a lot. I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen in part 3. So I hope y'all enjoyed this reaction. This was pretty good. Please feel free to comment down below. Please, no spoilers. Any other lingering thoughts?
No.
All right. So I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe. Take care. And yeah, we'll be back next time with episode 3 of Arcane. Bye.